welcome to my Undefeated Sprite Brave deck profile from Let's Top Locals. If you're not watching Let's Top Locals, make sure you're keeping up with it. It is the new series, the new season. We are very excited. September is the new league starting this Thursday for the new episode, for episode 3. So make sure you're checking out episodes 1 and 2, keeping up with how we're doing and seeing how we did in the league this month for August. I'm really proud of myself. I played my butt off this week. I went undefeated with the deck. I'm so proud of the way I've been playing with it, and I just wanted to at least share the list with you guys, even though I am a meta sheep this format. So with that being said, make sure you're keeping up with Let's Top Locals, seeing how we're doing in the league in the following month of September. Really excited for the YCS and everything. I'll probably be playing this. So with all that being said, we're gonna get right into it. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe, hit the notification, like the video, let me know what you think of the deck and what you're playing this format, and if you've been watching Let's Top Locals. So with that being said, team, we're just gonna get right on into it. So let's look at some Sprite cards. I hope you're thirsty. We're gonna start off with 3 Sprite Blue. Wow, that's crazy. It's the Searcher. I really don't know if I need to explain these cards to you, but in case you don't know, you special it and you search a Sprite monster. That's literally it.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, either you've been living under a rock, all the Sprite monsters special summon if you control a level 2.
Yeah, level 2 turbo, baby. And then speaking of that, we usually are searching Jet. Obviously, it depends on what you're doing and where you are in your combo, but Jet gets you starter. That's the spell card. It's great. Super fun. Love burning myself in a game that has a time of use all the time. That's super fun. And then closing out these sprites, we are playing 1 Carrot, 1 Red, and 1 Pixies. I was not playing Pixies until about a week ago, and I realized, you know, you need to beat over big things sometimes, and the Arrival Cyberus Adagnister is a thing, as Brian has had to deal with. This just helps you get over those big, huge monsters. Red's a monster negate. Carrot's a spell trap negate. These are just kind of standard at this point. There's not really a whole lot special about it. These are just ratios, man, you know? I feel like all these decks kind of look the same. But
did you like Pixies in this deck?
Yeah, it's insane. Oh my god. When you need to do damage and like when it comes down to time and you have to do something, because the Sprite cards aren't very big, so if you need to get over something or you have a rank 2 or whatever, you know, link to get over something, it's nice. It comes in handy. But with that being said, more Sprite cards, Sprite Starter. Obviously, you search this off Jet. It's insane, and then it's just great follow-up on your opponent's turn, so if they Dark Ruler you, you just can do this and at least have an interaction of some sort. I think this card is absolutely whack. It's so good. It's just... This deck, this engine is just wild.
Yeah, it's kind of insane.
It's really strong. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not usually a meta sheep like this, but I really do enjoy this deck, and obviously because I get to play frogs, but we'll get to that. Anyway, moving on to the really fun part of the engine that everyone really enjoys. Woo! We are playing the Brave engine. I know I have never played the Brave engine in a deck before. I always swore that I would never play it, but it is so good. You can discard her off of swap. It is absolutely ridiculous. I think this engine is so strong. It breaks boards, it outs Winda, it outs problematic cards, it outs Mystic Mine. Like, Draco Back is putting in so much. His back is broken. Draco Back broken this format. That man is working. Obviously, we're playing 3 copies of Right. This card is just its own beatdown in a way. I had to play against Trickstars, and when the token is 2K and you're playing through, you know, Tickboo, Goes In, Rivalry, the Gambit, you can just beat down with the token alone, which is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. And I went through all 3 Right, so shout out to Right for being there. And then obviously, Fateful, Griffin Rider, and Draco Back broken. These cards, great. This always in my hand, always there, always opening it. Super cool, but honestly,
yeah, Fateful definitely feels like the one card that you like hate to have.
I didn't open Draco Back once today, so that was really nice. I was very happy to see Fateful and not Draco Back, so I won't complain. The engine is bonkers, might get hit, if not insane. But let's move on to my favorite part of the package of this deck. It's my boys. We're finally, we have evolved into a meta deck. We are playing 3 Ultimate Rare Swap Frog, my best boys. I love them more than anything. 1 Ronin Totem and 1 Dupe Frog. I know a lot of people are not playing the Dupe Frog, which, sure, you know what? To each their own. Do what you gotta do, boo. These are my sons. They are my boys. They are the reason I even into Yu-Gi-Oh! They are the reason I got into the game. They are everything to me, so I am just being a loyal sheep with them. And I think Dupe Frog is absolutely insane because I am playing Avermax in the extra deck. I think Dupe Frog is a really funny, sticky card. You summon it off of Toad, obviously, in the standby phase. If you summon it to an Elf Arrow, that's also really nice because then they can't target it. And then if you can IP an Elf into Avermax, it's a soft lock. They can't attack you. It's really hilarious.
Little guy.
It won me 2 games today. It's a really sticky little soft lock, but when you can resolve it, it's really fun. It won me a whole match in the mirror today, and they didn't play Dupe Frog, but they played 2 Ronin. I don't play 2 Ronin in this deck unless you're playing Desired or something, but don't do that. I love my sons. I will never betray them. So I'm really happy I get to play them in a meta deck, and I'm really grateful for it. And I hope Toad doesn't get banned. Please, Konami, for me, please don't hit my son. I love him more than anything. All right, let's move on to hand traps, I guess. So
Okay.
Brian convinced me last minute to not play as many hand traps because I do agree hand traps are not very good this format. Talents is a card. They're just, you're hand ripping yourself. We are playing Gamma Driver. I think it's absolutely crazy. I am playing E-Telly in this deck, so it's
I think this card won you the final game.
Yeah,
hands
literally.
down.
E-Telly's really good. It's Gamma's a 2. You can just special it out. It's extension if you need it. It's really good. It's not a hard once per turn. It's kind of whack. Gamma also just a very strong hand trap. Like, it's just whack. Like, I don't know. Like I say, it's Gamma. Like, I don't know. We're also playing Lambda in the extra deck. It never comes up, but it's an attribute for access code. But anyway, last 2 hand traps we're playing. 2 DD Crow. I'm going to be honest. I know everyone's going to be like, what the hell? 2 DD Crow? That makes no sense. These hand trap ratios are whack. I agree with you. I think Gamma is too good to pass up because I am playing E-Telly. I basically have to play it. DD Crow was at 3. I was playing 3 Ash as well, but then I put this at 2 and cut the Ash altogether for a better card. It's DD Crow. It's really good. I haven't had the heart to cut it yet, so the bird stays for now. And then obviously, like I just said, we're playing 3 copies of Emergency Teleport. This card needs to go back to 1. It is absolutely ridiculous. This
card's not fair.
It's bonkers.
This card is just not
This
fair.
card just says continue comboing. Who cares? And then, of course, we are playing triple copies of Dark Ruler and rounding out with triple copies of Forbidden Droplet. I was not playing these last night, literally. I changed my deck this morning because Brian was like, play Dark Ruler, it's better. I really hate Winda. I hate these boards that just set up and it's really good in the mirror and I can't rely on Droplet alone because sometimes you need your hand and you just need to play with things. So Dark Ruler is really good. It did indeed win me games today. I think I used Droplet maybe 1 time. But yeah, Dark Ruler, it came in clutch. Sorry, Ash Blossom, you didn't make the team. But anyway, that's the main deck. It's pretty straightforward, a lot of fun. I think it is consistent as hell. I had hands like no other today. I wish I could have recorded all my matches. They were bonkers. But that being said, let's get right into the extra deck. Obviously, we have the perfect Brave token. It's Bottoms. The unbeatable
Just
Bottoms.
So
The
he's
unbeatable
in.
Bottoms. He's doing the most work. We love that for him. And then obviously, starting off, we have to start with Toad. He is the best. He is amazing. Being able...
Oh, sorry, my camera work is horrible, team. I just want to show you. This is the original print.
Okay, wow, I'm so sorry for anyone who's watching this video and had to deal with that jarring stuff. We're playing One Totally Awesome. Obviously, you can recur it off of Elf. Being able to recur an Omni Negate is pretty bonkers. Like, your opponent already can barely play through the 1 Toad. If you have 2 Toad in a turn, that's pretty good. And then along with Griffin Rider, it's just insane. And then you can have Red off of starter. There is just so much interaction that this deck can put up, and Toad is just amazing. Being able to add things back, also amazing. He's my son. I'm gonna brag about him until the cows come home, or until the frogs hop out of the pond, you know. And then, of course, Sprite things. We're playing Double Gigantic, Double Elf. I know this might be a little weird. I know a lot of people are playing Triple Elf. I think Double is amazing. I have literally never needed a 3rd one. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy, but obviously this is absolutely whack. This card says Nibiru is irrelevant and nothing matters. This just specials from the deck. This is crazy. What can I tell you? These cards this just says make access code. Like, you can bring back a link too. Like, that's just absurd. I read this card and every time I'm like, there's no way. And I'm like, oh, way. Pawn, way. Moving on to the link twos. IP, it's IP. She's absolutely phenomenal. Lambda for Gamma, and also it's just another attribute for access code, and it's super generic. I think it's just way too good to pass up. And then Dark, obviously Dark's insane. I do sometimes miss Area, but I just don't have room in this extra deck. She could come in and be swapped out for a flex spot that I'll talk about shortly, but IP's nuts. Like, this deck can just set up so many bodies. If you can get to IP on top of Elf and everything, you're Gucci Mane, bro. Moving up into the link climbing. Oh, look, it's Unicorn. That's literally crazy. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say Unicorn? Access code. It's access code. And then Avermax, my best boy. I get to play all my favorite cards in this deck. It's so great. I came into the game in Eternal format and I get to play my Frogs, I get to play Avermaxes, and IP. Like, it's just like we're coming full circle and it feels really good for me as a player. So I'm sorry if I'm a little mushy about all my cards, but I really enjoy this game. But anyway, moving on to the Xyz stuff that's not the Sprite things. It's called Zeus package, lol. Sky Calv, absolutely whack. This card is so fun. I love him. Downard, obviously, Zeus. Wow. Innovative, isn't it? But, however, you're wondering, Logan, what's the 15th slot in your extra deck? That's crazy.
Oh, the goo.
It is not the goo. Please don't say the goo. It's cringe. Anyway, we're playing Assembled Nightingale. And they're like, Logan, what the hell? These are level 1 monsters. You're playing 2 DD Crow. Are you bonkers? Well, Tier Limit's a deck, and they play those silly side cards that, you know, make your cards a level 1, like Mischief or whatever, Gnomes, Yokai, you name it, it's there. Also, Dragostapelia also makes things a 1. That's inconvenient, but you know what? If they're silly enough and those things resolve, and you can conveniently have 2 level 1s on the board, you just make Assembled, and then you just go into Zeus. That's kind of crazy. It has come up, believe it or not. I played against a Predaplant deck, it came up. I've played against people playing tier and they use the traps, comes up. It's goofy, it's silly. This could be area for anybody else, but this comes up and it's crazy because they're like, oh, those aren't twos. What are you doing? You can't do anything. And I'm like, watch me. Mother. Yeah, that's the deck. If you really want to see the side deck, it's really, really standard, but I can show it to you. Fine. You know what? Free. It's free. Side deck. I'm going to blast through this. All right. We're playing 2 cherries. I don't really play it most of the time because talent sucks and I hate it. This for gaining life so that you don't lose in time because starter hurts, and you can summon this off of Gigantic and gain life points. That's pretty nice. We're playing triple copies of Lightning Storm. I think Lightning Storm is absolutely gas this format, and it's really good if you can also draw evenly with it, which happened to me great today. This was full combo. Bait the Toad Negate, evenly, bye. Board bye. And this is also really good against tier. This not so much, but you know what? In tandem, they all work out really well. I love this. I think it's fantastic. Playing triple copies of D-Barrier because fusions can lull by, and then 3-a-pointer because this card is just crazy. There's nothing better than, you know, hand ripping your opponent for a whole turn. It's pretty good. Yeah, this deck's really good, really strong. I played like an animal today. I'm really proud of myself. I busted my butt all month and I did really well. I almost got first place in the league this month, but I tied for second with Brian. I came 4-0 today. I'm really proud of myself. This deck's crazy, super fun. If you enjoy Sprite, I hope this was at least cool for you to see. I know it's kind of like everything else, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'd love to talk about it. I enjoy this deck a lot. And I just am proud of myself, and I want you guys to be proud of me too, because I work really hard just for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching my deck profile. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you watch Let's Talk Locals. Make sure you go watch the most recent episode. There may or may not be a giveaway there somewhere. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. We love you. You matter. And me and my sons are going to see you in the next video. Bye, team.